Vag, vag, vag. What you gonna do when it's hot outside? Ooh, I know what. Listen to Vag. What you gonna do when the trains are down? Ooh, I know what. Listen to Vag.
I'm fine. I just don't picture going out to stand up for a long time.
That's the thing is I think things will open up, and I just think stand up and anything that has like a dense population will not open up for a long time. Like Madison Square Garden might as well just get like raided right now. They're never gonna open.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I guess not until we have a vaccine. But there was a thing, I watched this, it was on TikTok, this Asian girl in Beijing showing what it's like to go out. And they've opened up restaurants there, and they take your temperature before you go out, before you enter the restaurant. And then you can't sit in groups of more than 4. And then not all the tables are sat. So they keep it at social distancing. Mm-hmm. So I feel like we could do that, but New York is so on top of each other. Like there's restaurants that are, even if you did that, you're still right next to them.
Well, did you see that photo of a restaurant that opened in Texas and somebody criticized them? And then they fired back saying, well, you know, these are the rules we're following. Like we normally have 27 tables outside and we have 17 now, and tables are 7 feet away. But then the person that took the photo, you've seen the 2 tables, the backs of the 2 chairs are touching. So you're like, it's almost like we're now, you know how people like find their good angles when they're on dating apps? You're going to be finding your angles for stuff like this.
Oh, yeah.
Where it looks like you're sitting 6 feet apart, but you're really not.
Well, I went running yesterday and it was a nice day. There's a shit ton of people, and there's a shit ton of people running and biking with no face masks on.
Yeah.
Like people aren't abiding by those kind of rules anyway.
It's just like there's going to be a lot of like self-righteous, like hypocrisy, like goofy arguments. Like you're going to run up to somebody who's not wearing a mask to yell at them with your germs in their face. Just a bunch of like, you kind of, I feel like I have been social distancing when I walk my dog and when I'm alone this whole time.
Yeah.
I would have a scowl on my face that says, don't fucking talk to me. If you talk to me, like, I don't want you to, you know, unless there's like some sort of goods I'm getting or paying money for it. There's no reason for me to interact with anyone.
No, it's like human Pac-Man. Like someone comes towards you, you gotta just move the other way, and then you gotta go up the block and down the block. That's kind of what it feels like.
But you're right about stand-up, because we all just pass around this stick that we lick all night.
No, I rest it on my chin. I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's just the most comfortable place to lay it.
Yeah.
Also, some comics spit when they talk.
Totally.
A lot.
Well, usually boys. The boys do it more.
Yeah.
Well, they need to be heard.
They do. Sometimes you follow a comic and you're like, Jesus Christ, this mic stinks so bad right now.
Yes. Francis Ellis, I'll say his first and last name. I don't give a fuck. I know he got me sick one night because he had a fucking cold. He wasn't going to show up to the show. He told the host he might not come. He ends up fucking coming. And he gets there and he's like sick and like does his fucking set. I'm hosting, you know, and I like kind of wipe it off. I go, I wash my hands. I do the best I can. But I woke up the next morning and I had a fucking cold. Now I'm a warrior princess. I took a lot of zinc and I fought the cold. I wasn't sick for like more than a day.
Yeah.
Little fucking pussy ass Francis Ellis cold is going to take me out. I don't think so.
Well,
I think we're all going to need our own mics.
Yeah. The seller did it, right?
That's fine. A lot of the times those mics are all busted up because there's like, I mean, they sound shitty sometimes because people are just like fucking around with it. So if we have our own mics, then we at least know our mic is going to sound good.
Oh my God. What if they're going to be like a status symbol? I'm going to get my mic like bejazzled.
like pimp cups.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. And then
I want one of those long, skinny ones that from the game shows in the 70s. I do.
Well, I think you're only going to bring the top part. I don't think you would bring the bottom part. But yeah, you could definitely go on. I want one of them with the afro head.
Yeah. Yeah.
but like the orange or the black ones where it's just a big afro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be our signature thing now.
Yeah.
It'll
Part of our
also-
branding.
It'll be the first 10 minutes of my set.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about how unique my microphone is.
We'll like leave them on the table so you'll know like which comic is sitting there, and like you won't like go there because you'll know, oh, that's what's
What a crazy world.
Yeah.
Like I just remember back to Christmas time where it was like a pretty happy time, and now I'm like, this is nuts that was only like 4 months ago.
Oh yeah. I'm fine with us quarantining during this time of the year because it's always cold and wet. So I'm happy if we come out and it's warm and sunny.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
So I don't mind doing that once a year.
Yeah.
Quarantining for a couple months.
Yeah. Also, it's
Do you
been
find-
nice because it was just like focused on other things besides stand up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've been doing a lot of like TikTok videos and creating a lot of content with Joe, so that's cool.
Yeah, well, I've been wanting to make more videos and I never have the time to do it with like job and then stand up at night.
Yeah.
So this has been great.
There's something about like making online content that I just always feel like I'm like behind. Like there's just somebody who's doing something that's just like better and more creative. Like
Kerryn,
Julia Torres is like making like a new kind of TikTok right now.
Oh yeah. Well,
What is this TikTok he's making?
I don't know. I'm just saying he's just like,
Okay. Well, you know, some people have more money than us, and some people are just have more shit. Like you can't compete with some people that have. I mean, and he's also very talented, so it's not him personally. But some
Right.
people just have a lot more money, so it's easier to do stuff when you have more money.
yeah.
I'm
oh
also
yeah.
I also just like check my bank account every day.
I do too. I look at my Venmo every now and then just to see if somebody was nice enough to give me money.
If somebody just like you prayed and then you got like a big $1 million in it,
They accidentally put money on my Venmo.
and you're like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. Yeah. Also, if people are getting more money on unemployment, they're not going to go back to their jobs.
Of
Right.
course not.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of jobs really underpay when they could pay a lot more.
Sure, that's why there's people. That's why there's such like a big discrepancy in wealth in this country. But also, it sucks on this end, but to be on the other end is pretty sweet.
Yeah. Well, I always like that Chris Rock joke. He's like, there's a reason why they call it minimum wage. It's because like, if we didn't have that, people would try to go way lower than that.
I know.
It's so
crazy.
depressing.
The guy,
The great thing about a minimum wage job, though, is you really can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I've had like, especially when I was younger and like a kid and had like a shitty job. I remember having that one job about I was a cashier and I would just let people get hundreds of dollars for free.
didn't they
and, like-
cut your tail at the end of your shift?
They did. I got in trouble for it eventually, but like I didn't give a shit.
Right. Like, what are you gonna do? Fire me from this shitty job? Cool. Later.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like
Are
I'm
you
not
going to find
making
an
that much-
amazing employee after this? Like,
I
you
wish I
can't.
was smart enough to back ended it though and been like, hey, if I give you $200 for free, you got to give me $50 cash or something. Like I was just too young into manipulating people
Yeah.
Yeah.
or manipulating it to me so it's like fair. But yeah, I didn't care about that job.
Yeah. I've had the worst jobs. I used to travel the tri-state area in this man's van who went from salon to salon sharpening their scissors.
These are my favorite. Like,
That
some of the
is a
biggest-
great job.
the bullshit
Who
jobs
was
we've
it?
done that are also borderline dangerous. And you're like, who are these weirdos that we're hanging out with?
100%. I answered a Craigslist ad and I went to Washington Heights the next morning by myself. Hey, what's up? Just started working that day for this man named Glenn with like curly hair.
Glens are always shady.
He was nuts, and he worked with this huge Puerto Rican guy named Miguel who was like really sweet but looked so scary. But it took two of them to lift this scissor sharpening machine to get like in to sharpen these ladies' scissors. But I was the face of the business. So I would like go up and like get these ladies and be like, I have this great scissor sharpener, da da da. And then he would come in and they would all remember that they hated him. I watched it happen on their faces.
It's like you catfished them.
Yeah. 100%. They were like, not this guy, not Glenn. He fucks up my scissors every time. And I'm like, yeah, that'll be
How much did you get paid for a job like that?
$100 a day, cash.
That's not bad.
Terrible. How many hours was it?
It wasn't bad, but it was a long day. I would go up there like 8 a.m. and he would promise me that we would be done by like 5 or 6. Starting at 4 p.m. the day started winding down, but I wouldn't get home sometimes till like 8 or 9 at night. Like it was bad.
Oh, then that's not good money.
No, it was bad. And I think I only did it for like a month or two, but it was like all I had. And I've had a restaurant job before that, and every restaurant job I've ever had blackout for me. I would just like drink all the time. So
Yeah.
it was sort of an effort for me to not drink.
I love restaurant jobs and they pay so much, but they end up being so unhealthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember when I was trying and produce a comedy show, and I was pretty new, maybe like 5-6 years into stand-up. And I found a guy on Craigslist that said I had to print up tickets for him and he was going to sell them. So I just drove into Manhattan one day. It probably took like an hour and a half to meet him in Times Square, and I gave him a bunch of tickets, and then he never sold them.
No.
It was such a waste of time. And you're like,
I like
going nowhere.
The story that you told me of that one job you went to apply. It was a lawyer, and you went to his garage apartment. Will you tell Kerryn this one? It's so weird.
Okay, so I was looking for jobs. I found it, I think, on Craigslist, and it was like, this guy said he was a lawyer, and it was in Mount Vernon, which Mount Vernon has nice areas and like shitty areas. So he didn't tell me, I don't think, that it was a house. So I looked for it, and you have to go down this really like long alley to like a basement apartment. And he had you ever see when somebody's running for like mayor or I guess governor or something, and they have those little stick signs in their lawn?
Yeah.
That's what he had. He had that little thing, and then there was a door.
Did it say lawyer?
His law firm?
Whatever his name was, yeah. But it was on one of those little like stick signs. I was like,
and you're like, okay, I'll still go forward.
Well, at this point, I go, okay, this seems weird. So I knock on the door, and I guess it's like 2 doors. You know, the first door, and then you would go into the second one. So I guess he didn't hear me at first, and then I opened the door, and there was a moldy, I guess was it a broom, or maybe he was, I don't know, a mop. It was like very moldy and stank. So I knocked on the second door, and he opens it up, and he's like a dude that has like a beer gut, and he's old, and he's wearing jeans and like a tight yellow t-shirt tucked in. And I'm like, he's like, well, do you want to come in to fill out the paperwork? And all I remember seeing is like, it's a regular basement apartment.
Yeah.
And I could see kind of the bedroom from the door, and I go, that's where I'm going to get murdered.
Yes.
And I said, hey, I'm going to go back to my car and get something. And I ran to my car. I got in and left. And then he called me. He was like, are you coming back? And I was like, no, I'm not coming back. It was such, when you got such a weird feeling where you're like, this is where I should run.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like people working from their houses, he looked like he was just wearing a regular he looked like he was dressed from like the 70s, like tight jeans with a white t-shirt tucked in, a yellow t-shirt. I mean, I was like, dude,
what law was he claiming to practice? It's like
maybe criminal or something. Maybe he was a criminal. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm out.
I just feel like Craigslist is a wild, wild west of crazy town, and that I don't even go on there to look for stuff anymore.
No.
I remember one time I think I probably already told this story on the podcast, but I went with my friend who just moved here with me in 2008 to go help her find an apartment, and we found this guy on Craigslist, and it was on the Upper West Side, and it was a cute neighborhood, and then we went in, and he was like, you'll be sleeping on this air mattress. You have to deflate it every day. It's in the kitchen, and you can't stay here during the day. And then on top of that, he had his fly down the whole interview. But you're just like, how are you offering this as a place to pay rent?
Your friend was gonna stay there?
She went to go check it out, and then when he explained everything, we were just like, like, how delusional that you think that this is okay to do.
I wonder what he was charging her.
And it was probably like around $600 a month
to basically rent an
air
mattress.
mattress.
Yeah, rent an air mattress. What was she gonna do with all her stuff? Every day she was gonna have a huge like backpack, like she's hiking, and put all her shit in there.
Well, he was like, I work from home. I just like the idea of having to deflate an air mattress every day.
Every day.
Was she allowed to shower there?
Yeah. And she just couldn't stay there during the day, and she had to put the air mattress away.
Imagine agreeing to that and being super sick with the flu, and you're just walking around Manhattan all day.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
But that's how I feel about doing stand-up sometimes, when you have to kill time in between your sets. And it's just raining and you don't feel like spending money. And then you're just walking around in the cold rain.
You're just like,
I remember I read Bonnie's book, and she had a similar situation where she was living with a guy. And I think she had to be out like 2 days a week or something from the place. So she would just like walk around the city.
That sounds awful.
Yeah,
I want to just be able to stay in my apartment nonstop.
Yeah.
It's just a weird situation.
That's happened to me, but it's because I've like lost my keys.
Yeah. I've done that once. Because New York was the first place that I lived at where if you forgot your keys, like you had to carry them with you at all time, the door would lock behind you. And I went to go get a package and I had no shoes. And this is the first month of living here. So I got locked out with no shoes.
Oh no.
Like, you're just like, all of a sudden you're just a homeless person.
Yeah.
What did you do? Did you just ring every bell to have someone let you in?
No, I remember that the girl, it was her place, and I met her through like the comedy community at UCB, and she was at a picnic at a park. So I had my pass with me for some reason. So I managed to find her, I get my key, and then come back. And then I think I had enough money that
you
bought
walked
cheap.
You walked there with no shoes on?
No, I just went down to like, there's a dollar store a few blocks away, and I managed to get flip-flops.
You stole them.
Okay.
Yeah, stole them. But I had that once. I remember one time I wore these platform shoes that I hadn't worn in 10 years, thinking that I could finally wear them. And I guess
I love the idea that you were waiting for these shoes, and then the older you got, you thought you'd be more inclined and comfortable to wear them.
Well, because New York, you're like, okay, I think I've managed to build up enough foot muscles, or I'm used to. So I put them on, and they had a wood covering around them, but the heart of the platform was styrofoam, but the styrofoam had dried out over 10 years. So as I was walking, I was slowly declining.
You were falling on your platforms?
My platform kept on getting like flatter and flatter, and then there's all this like powdery stuff kind of like coming out of it, and then the wood paneling had like chipped off. And I wasn't expecting that because they were J. Crew shoes, so I figured J. Crew shoes would last over 10 years. So I just found myself like barefoot in the city. I had to buy flip-flops again, but it was just really wild where you're like, I can't believe this is happening to me. Like my shoes are just, it's like driving a car and all the wheels flying off, and then you're just creating sparks on the freeway.
Have you ever been at a job or something and gotten your period and you kind of can't leave, and you have not, like, just a situation where you just can't do anything except cry? Jeremy, I feel like New York has a lot of moments like that because most people don't have a car, and if that happened, you would have to take like a train home. Like it's so.
I got my period all over my jeans when I was hosting at the stand, probably 2 months ago. And I caught it just in time, but there was like a stain like this big. Yeah. But I just friggin' showed everybody who came near me.
Oh, yeah. I think after a while, you just accept it, and you're like, there's nothing I can do about this, so I might as well
just own it.
I don't like being like, ooh, like, Kerryn, do you know? Oh my God, you know what I saw? You have your period. Yeah, I know.
I'm bleeding all over my.
Well, they're my pants. I know, I'm gross. I put some toilet paper up there. I don't care.
Your own homemade tampons?
I don't love tampons. Like, I'll use like one tampon a cycle, if that.
Yeah.
Since I've been home, I'm just a free bleeding nutball.
Are you just bleeding on your couch?
No, because it's a new couch.
It looks really nice. I would
Yeah, it does. Can
think
you
that
show us? Can you show us your couch?
Yeah, this is it. It goes here. I'll show you. It goes like this too. Oh,
Is it West Elm?
It's like same thing. Wayfair, same thing. Wayfair is like the see that?
Oh yeah, they get it from the same furniture distributor.
Yes, and Ernest loves it, and that's good for that. I had sex with a guy, and he pulled out while I had my period, and he got it all over my white comforter.
No, ma'am.
And I'm sleeping with another guy too. I don't really sleep with my ex anymore. We've sort of like made it into this friendship zone, but we probably had sex like 3 weeks ago or something. And
wait, you're not even having sex with him, and he came over to your apartment?
He must really like you, and you're mean to him.
Yeah.
I think that's why. It's sad. I have to talk to him because I think he should get like a new girlfriend. He's a really great guy, but like there's no way he's going to be able to get a new girlfriend with the amount of time that he spends with me.
Yeah.
Well, also, how are people going to get into new relationships right now with quarantine?
I think it's good. I think that they're like getting to know each other like via apps or whatever, however they're meeting. They're probably not jumping in bed with each other so fast. So it's probably going to be a lot
I guess maybe that's a good thing. But then you're just going to meet the first day and just start fucking. And then you're like, oh, you also got me sick.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going to happen. This is so crazy.
I don't know.
Well, that's good that you're sleeping with all these dudes. So what did you do with your comforter? Did you just put bleach on it?
It's back in the dirty clothes. The problem is I had just got it washed. That day, I've been doing this place called I Hate Ironing. They like pick up and drop off.
Yeah.
They charge too much money, and they charge like way too much money to wash a fucking comforter. I think it was like $25 or $30. So I'm irritated. I was irritated. And then I put it in my dirty clothes, and then the other guy came over and he was like, why is your comforter that you just cleaned already in the dirty clothes? And I was like, oh, I got my period on it. I'm such an idiot.
Wait, how long were those fucks? So you're just fucking everyone on your period?
I always fuck on I love fucking on my period. It feels so good.
Really? It's so messy.
I don't bleed that much. I'm like pretty, like first or second day are pretty bad, but then I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like
first
a
or second
monster.
day is really bad.
But you know how their heads of their penis are built to like suck other guys' cum out of there?
So yeah, it's an evolution thing.
Yeah.
Not wild.
Good. I think it feels good to suck all the blood out.
Yeah, they just
do you think you're kind of pushing it further in?
Max, I'm blowing.
You're blowing?
You're also pushing it out at the same time.
I'm trying to give birth. I'm squeezing like a hard queef, like a congested rocket in my pussy.
That's pretty interesting. I didn't think of it like that.
I always get mad when I ruin my comforter. I feel like I get it, and then within a week it's got like, cum and sex stains on it. It makes me so mad.
It sucks. I hate it. I feel like I just ordered a new comforter. Like,
yeah.
You're just going to throw that other one out? You should have two, though. You should have a backup.
I have a backup. Can I tell you one of my backups here? I'll show you. This is from, I think my room's like a big, oh, look, I got a ring light.
Me too. I'm using it right now, but I feel like the angle's not great, that it's creating dramatic shadows.
I'll tell you guys, I put it together myself.
The angle's great.
What?
No, I was telling Sarah her angles are great.
Yeah, Sarah, you're the model. We're talking about. This comforter is from the street. I bought it on the street.
I mean, it looks like
what?
it looks like something you would buy on the street.
Yeah.
What do you mean on the street?
In Chinatown. This is COVID covered. It's got to be covered in COVID.
It's COVID comforters.
COVID comfy.
Yeah. Comfy COVID.
So that's one. And then the other one, the white one, is in the dirty clothes right there. The ring light, you guys, I put it together myself without reading the instructions, and I don't think I did it correctly.
Let me see it.
That's
the same one that I have.
Really?
Yeah. Look.
Right here. Yeah, that looks the same. I mean, they are just like circular lights, so I guess they all kind of look alike.
Yeah.
But I feel like I missed a piece back here. Like, I think that it's supposed to swivel.
Mine doesn't really swivel. You got to loosen it, and then it'll just like make these harsh noises that sounds like you're breaking it.
But I feel like this belongs on there.
I think that's something you just stick in your pussy.
Yeah.
That's a little treat for you, Karen. Just stick it in there.
A little something extra.
It came extra. So I feel like it should swivel more, but whatever. It's good for now.
Oh, never mind. I can probably help you. I think I know what it is.
Okay.
I mean, this is probably another kind of podcast, but you connect this thing to it, and then that way, is it on
That's the phone thing.
Yeah, so you can, that way you can make it
Oh, that's what that's for.
landscape or like portrait or whatever.
Nice.
It also looks like a makeshift gun.
Yeah.
Just
Like
hold
that?
it like that. Yeah. Give me all your money.
So it slides in and then you tighten it and then you can move it around like that.
Nice.
Yeah, just a little tips of the trade. Anyway, we'll edit that out.
I mean, that might be helpful to some people, though.
Yeah.
You never know.
It's true.
People are bored anyway. They need stuff to watch and do.
Joe Harari told me to do a food. He's like, do like a cooking parody video. And I was like, what am I going to do? Line up all the ingredients and like smell them and then throw them in the garbage? Like, I don't even have, I don't know how to cook. I've never cooked anything.
Well,
So he wants you to do a parody video of it?
Yeah.
Why don't you do a little video of everyone you sleep with during quarantine, and then with them in it, not sexing unless you want to fuck them on it, and then put it together and maybe you could turn it into a movie.
Yeah.
Or you could do workout vids.
Yeah.
I mean, your ass, I think you have the best ass in comedy and probably not only comedy, but like in the Instagram world.
Probably 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a great ass. You should just definitely do something where you could try and sell anything at this point.
You could sell like herbal tea with your ass. Oh no, why did you guys freeze?
Sarah's froze. Oh, you unfroze.
All right, cool. I was just gonna text you guys. All right, cool.
Oh,
Karen, I think you should offer to like yell at guys for like half hour, maybe 20 minutes, and charge a certain amount.
Yeah.
Just
Can I
be
tell
mean
you?
to them?
I get messages from guys sometimes that are like, I need you to fat shame me and this and that, or I need you to like talk shit, like be mean to me. And it just sort of has to come in the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, will money put you in the moment?
Yes.
Then I would say that.
I find
I'm not in the moment, but $100 might do it.
Yeah. I also find that it's easier to do it behind their back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's got to be through, as you said, like organically.
Right. I'm happy to like insult you when it pops into my mind, but like sitting down, putting the effort into like writing down all these mean things about this like one person. I mean, then I'm in love.
I know.
Well, I mean, that might also happen.
You. That's why I always found roast to be hard. You're like, I feel like I'm really good at roasting if it's behind your back and you have no idea.
Or someone you hate.
Yeah. But then when it's like, you're doing it and you have to sit down and actually think and write, then you're just like, it's not as good as if we're having a conversation about this.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, some people might be great in the moment of like popping off and like talking shit. And then somebody else, they're probably like have Asperger's, is great about like writing the perfect roast joke. It's so different.
That's one thing I think you can do as a Zoom show is roasting instead of just straight stand up.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people do that and I feel like that's easier to just
I think
throw insults at people rather than like try out material.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think you have a big enough fan base that you can do something where you can make good money from it.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what it is.
Well, let's just keep spitballing here.
I know.
I would say you could roast people. You could also probably start your own Patreon.
It needs to have your ass in there because that's a really good selling point. You're good mean.
What if you made your ass cheeks talk?
Yeah.
I should do that. Wait,
You say mean stuff.
I found there's a Make My Pet Talk app, and I'll just use it on my ass.
Yeah.
There you go.
But it's like, now I feel like I'm gonna have to spend some time developing the character. Like, who is my ass? You know what I mean?
I think actually your ass is carrying you.
Yeah.
What if my ass has like the voice of like an older black gentleman though?
What if it had the voice of Luis Gomez?
Of Luis J. Gomez?
Yeah.
This is all your work, you stupid bitch.
I think your ass is the voice of Luis Gomez.
I like the idea that your ass is like really nice and it has like a scraggly voice.
Okay.
Yeah, like Luis.
Yeah.
Like somebody that just sounds like they've smoked their whole life.
Oh.
Yeah.
But his son's voice is so beautiful. Have you guys seen him singing?
No.
Lewis's son, James.
Oh no, I have not. Are you being serious? I can't tell.
No, yeah, on his Instagram, he's like posting these. So he's like very talented singer, the little boy. He's really cute.
Well, didn't Lewis he likes musicals.
Yeah, Lewis played the drums. He was like in bands. He's a musical guy.
Yeah, he did a musical, right?
Giant faggot.
That's why he's so mean to them.
Yeah. Inside, all he wants to do is like be Tim Dillon.
Yeah. He's so mad that he can't.
I know. Yeah.
Meet Tim Dillon, but fuck Dave Smith.
Yeah, that's his dream.
Yeah, I feel bad for Lewis because he was on such a good roll, like going to the gym. He was like crushing the Equinox, all his thirst trap videos. And I understand it. It is hard once your routine is like fucked.
Yeah, I was doing boot camp like 3 to 5 times a week, and now I'm just doing nothing.
Yeah.
I had a routine when I lived in Houston, and then when I moved here, it took me almost a year to get back to what I was doing. It takes a long time to get your life back to order.
Yeah. Just like finding the right time, like the motivation to do it. If I don't work out before fucking noon, I'm not working out. No
Yeah.
way. It feels like there's like a strong man's hand on my chest. And he's like, you don't have to get up. Just like stay still. Just stay on the couch. And I just believe him.
He sounds like a kind soul.
I know, that guy sounds really nice.
That's definitely not your ass, though.
Mine's like, you're a piece of shit for sleeping until noon.
Mine is like, we should start drinking again. Remember that? That was fun.
May 10th, I won't have had a drink in 2 years.
That's awesome.
That's 2.5 years is my longest that I've ever gone, but I always fucking relapse. But I'm not feeling relapsey, but I guess I've said that before. But yeah.
That's a pretty good amount of time. Do you do any Zoom meetings?
No.
I did one last week. It was better than I thought it was going to be.
How y'all doing?
I just don't like sharing.
Group though, do you like know the people or they're new?
This one I do because, yeah, because it was kind of organized by invites. Of course, like it was all the people.
I haven't been to like a regular meeting in a really long time, so I'd be like starting from scratch.
Yeah, I haven't worked a program in ages.
Think of all the alcoholic men you could fuck though.
Oh my God, that's a good idea, Adrian. I'm in love. I fell in love again right before we did this with the co-founder of Rumble. Do you know what Rumble is?
I'm Googling.
No.
It's like a boxing workout.
Okay.
I've taken 2 of their classes in the city. One time I went with Molly Austin. One time I went with my ex. I don't know if this guy was there, but he's like the co-founder. His name's Noah. He's on Instagram. He's so fucking hot. He's so cute. He has dogs. He's positive. He's with his parents right now. I just love everything about him. So I just sent him a video of me playing with my ass. Just said, "Will you marry me?" And he got back to me.
Oh,
did he say yes?
I just found him.
Did you find him? He's like, he didn't say yes, he would marry me, but he did tell me to send another video.
Is that your man?
Yeah, that's him.
Wait, I want to say.
I love him.
Can you see it?
Adrian?
I can't see his face. All I see is his body.
Well, I'll DM you. Well, that's how I feel.
No, does it? No. What's his last name?
I don't know.
Who,
All right,
who
Noah.
cares? Noah Neiman, as in Neiman Marcus.
Yeah.
He must have money.
Do you think so? Oh, because of Neiman Marcus?
I mean, if he can start a business in New York, I feel like he comes from money.
For sure. I would think so.
Kerryn, I really hope you land this guy.
I think I came on too strong.
Well, can you just blame it on your ass?
Yeah.
Can you just blame it on drinking?
I'll just
Tell him that you're sober again. You just had a minor relapse for a day.
I have a feeling he's sober too, because the way he talks and like some of the stuff he says. It's like, honestly, it's a little corny, and I don't know if I could really even be with somebody who's that into fitness.
Yeah.
Like, I like it, but like having your whole world revolve around it, it's like, I don't know.
I've always thought about that too. 'Cause like if you date those guys that have to be in the gym for 4 hours a day, like I just feel like they don't give a shit what you have to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a
They
weird way.
value on like your BMI and how like athletic you are, and I work out a lot, but I smoke weed. I'm not like I could never like I can't long distance run. At least I'm like afraid to. I like never really tried. I'm scared of
Maybe you haven't been chased long enough.
Yeah. You should go in a bad neighborhood.
You're one good murder attempt away from running really far.
really far.
You don't know what your potential is.
Yeah, you don't know what you're capable of. You got to dig deep. Do you think you could deal with him being super positive though?
That's a thing too. Like I feel like, and he already sort of tried to like make like be like a little like funny, like take a dig, like nag me a little.
Do.
And he was like, "Take a joke. You're a comedian, right?" And like I didn't say that, so he must have like looked at my stuff.
Oh, he's been looking at you.
Looked at my stuff. So I was like, I don't know. I don't like, sometimes it depends. If it's like a good neg, I'll give it to you. But like sometimes a weak ass neg attempt from a civilian makes my vagina very dry.
But what did he even
definitely.
say? Well, that's why it's good to fuck on your period. You won't be dry.
The only way I can get
So where does this guy live? Is he in New York?
Such a good question. I have no idea.
Why don't you just write to him and pretend you're in a relationship?
They like that, right?
They love it.
Yeah.
That is a big turn on.
Yeah. Be like, I'm taken. Don't worry, I won't get crazy. And then I'm at his house.
Yeah.
Yes. But show up with a mask so it shows you care.
I guess
I fell in love with another guy too.
Oh, which one? I love hearing about this.
On a Zoom comedy show, you know the Big Pony show? You know Khalil?
Yeah.
He had a
Guitar?
yes.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, a kid, and he was so talented. I forget his name too. Damn it. Because his name in Instagram is like LA something, which is just like irritating. Like,
Yeah. Put your name in there.
like remember. But he just played a Red Hot Chili Pepper song, and he just was really talented, and I didn't know I was gonna fall in love with him, but I did while he was playing that song.
So you're in love with two people right now.
Yeah, but I think this one is way too young for me, the LA musician.
How old do you think he is?
He looks like 23, 24.
Can you date? Do you think you could date a guitar comic?
Oh, I thought he was playing. I thought he was playing seriously.
He is. I think he's just serious. He's just. Yeah. But that's a good question. Can you date an earnest musician who like writes songs? I don't know. He does like cool like beats. Like he's like has his like foot in like the hip hop world too.
Huh.
I started Tinder Tap Out again.
What's that? Oh, your thing. I love your Tinder. Yeah.
Where I troll dudes.
Yeah.
This one guy said to me, he goes, he'd start. I guess I got kicked off. I don't know if he wrote me back, but he told me he was a DJ. What did he say? I don't know. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay.
Just to go into hiding.
No, it's the only way I can look for it because I'm on my phone. He goes,
I'll never understand the DJ.
He goes, I'm just drinking, working out, remix. I DJ professionally. This quarantine's driving me crazy. And then I said, I do some DJing myself.
You do, Adrian?
Yeah, I said, I do it
love
on the side, though. I said, I do it on the side. I just use my phone and connect it to speakers. It's not always that loud, so I just sing along so it's louder. I said, money's not great, but I do weddings and I try and take a few of the envelopes. Then I asked him what his DJ name was, and I said mine was MC Waffles. I have to see if he writes me back now.
Fingers crossed.
It's weird though, because a lot of people in quarantine are just like, I can't wait to get out of here. I guess everyone just feels like they're trapped like a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get the
There's just
feeling it's
nothing to
just like
do.
people want to also start hooking up again.
Yeah.
Because I've talked to a few like single people and they're like, I just want to have sex so bad. That I'm like, okay.
I guess I don't get why they don't just have sex.
Maybe they're scared to get corona from someone.
But if you're like young and healthy, like you should just get it and get over it.
If you were having sex with a guy that you didn't know that well and he started coughing, would you stop having sex, or you'd be like, we're already in this?
I would make him wear a mask and then I would just wash my hands, I guess.
Yeah, make him wear gloves.
Yeah.
That's kind of hot.
I don't know. I found a coffee shop nearby that I've already started going to on a regular basis. And I feel fine.
Stay in there?
No, it's a shop, and then we just make sure whoever orders is the only one in the store, and then they say that they wash everything down or wash the whatever, like the touch screen and all that. So I don't give them my card. I swipe it myself, and then I do everything. And then I always just bring hand sanitizer, and then I clean afterwards. But I feel like that's fine. I don't really feel in danger with that.
No, as long as you're like protecting yourself. It's just the other people who are not going to do that.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't, even going to the park when there's still a lot of people there, it just feels like even if you're 6 feet apart, I don't feel that threatened by it still. My
friend sent me something on, I guess on Facebook, he had posted about this guy who was just like, this is crazy. The flu kills more people. More people die in car accidents. And the guy didn't take it seriously, and now he's like on a ventilator. So it's just like, it's not funny, but I think people don't get how serious it is. I don't know. Also, I think everyone doesn't know it. You have no idea how it's going to affect you, like even if you are healthy. So I think that's the real risk, or what people are worried about.
That's fine. I don't know. I just don't feel like if I'm going to the grocery store, then how much worse is it where it's just as many people and I have to go there than being outside in a park and I'm just like 6 feet away from somebody.
I think as long as you're like covered, probably you're fine. But I see people who are like bike riding that didn't know each other and they're just talking to one another.
Oh yeah.
And
I see that all the time.
I know, but you're like, that's not smart.
I see stupid old people talking to each other all the time. Old people don't fucking. It's like, we're doing this for you, you old fucks.
I know, and you're all out here, right? And you're out here just not even paying attention. So you guys are definitely gonna die.
Well, it's like, actually, there's this older lady that in my neighborhood that I see almost every day. She gets dressed up in her garb, I guess, to go do an errand, and she's not wearing gloves or a mask. And then
I know, so I guess
like, what are we doing?
If we're doing it for these people and they don't even care, it's like, I guess maybe we should just reopen and all just get it and die.
Yeah.
I mean, there are too many people on this earth anyway, so maybe this is a Bill Gates thing.
Yeah. I believe every conspiracy theory I read.
Maybe. Do you think
that's probably better?
Do you think this is Mother Nature's way of trying to get stand-up comedy to stop?
Oh no!
I think stop.
Shut up.
I think Mother Nature's a woman and she wouldn't be able to do this.
Yeah.
She'd be like, I'm gonna have to call in some help from God.
I can't figure this out.
She's like, I want to kill all these people, but I'm not sure how to do it. She's like, all these hurricanes are not working.
She's like, I was just trying to kill some old people, but then some young ones got in there as well, and it got all fucked
I didn't know
up.
the black ones were gonna die so extra. That wasn't part of my plan.
Well, she has a lot to account for. Everyone's very upset with her.
But I live near the Bowery Mission, and they must have closed a couple other soup kitchens down or something one day because there was a line there one day, and the next day the line was like 5 times as long, and just like, and it wasn't just crackheads; it was like regular Mexicans and Black people.
Ooh. So you think that they closed it one day and then the next day it was twice as long?
Yeah, I think that people were hovering around like the poverty line, living paycheck to paycheck. When this
right,
what choice do they have but to go?
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to have them do like Yelp reviews on the soup and see if it's actually good.
I mean, I was thinking now there's got to be some assholes that are leaving Yelp reviews on some of these businesses.
On takeouts and stuff, yeah. And like I've been like, I'm white, so I've got orders that weren't perfect. On my Instacart, sometimes the guy's like, oh, I'm gonna switch these strawberries for these ones. And I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind?
Excuse me.
No, but yeah, those people are crazy. Like every time I order takeout, I'm tipping huge. Meanwhile, I mean, I am still ordering takeout. I go to the grocery store. I have a scarf that I put over my face when I go outside, whatever, but I probably could be a lot more cautious. And meanwhile, my brother, who's like in Falmouth, Massachusetts, not in like the like depths of this, hasn't left his house in a month. No takeout, no nothing, has gone completely psycho, like yells at my mother if she's like too close to my father. Like,
so wait, he wants to enforce social distancing inside the apartment, in the house?
In the house, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I hope your mother just says to him, I'm still sucking your dad's cock at night so we can be close during the day.
Yeah.
You think your parents are still fucking? Probably, right?
Mine aren't. Mine got virtually divorced a year ago, but they still live together.
Virtually?
Wow.
Yeah, like they just my mom just was like, I'm done with him. He's not really my husband, but we're going to stay married for economic reasons.
That makes sense.
I thought you meant virtually, like they did it online like this.
That would be funny. Yeah, and I was like, you're done.
The mediator.
Over.
Do you think one of them do you think your dad still wants to be with your mom?
I think my dad has no idea they're divorced.
So he's like living in a fog.
And your mom's just like dating in the house.
Yeah, just like bringing guys over. My dad loves them. He's like, who's
your
this guy?
dad's still trying to bag your mom.
Yeah.
And your brothers try to keep everyone 6 feet away from each other.
Yeah. It's psycho. I got my mom a kayak for Mother's Day.
Oh my God, that's so nice.
That is very nice. Is it so she could row away from your dad?
I think she's gonna drown, right?
Yeah.
I mean, why did you get her for it? Get her that. Did she want a kayak?
Yeah, that'd be so funny if she did it.
Is that for her date?
Try it, Mom. Put some rocks in it. That's what they say. No, she said she wanted one. She's been talking.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh,
look, if she goes out and it drowns, that's not your fault. She wanted it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And it is honestly, I was like, Mom, can you kayak? Like, I don't even know.
That's so weird. My mom wanted a kayak as well, and my dad wouldn't let her have it for the same reasons that you're saying. Like, we're like, what if something bad happens?
Yeah.
And you're by yourself.
I got her, I got an LL Bean kayak because I figure if she drowns and it's an LL Bean kayak, like we can maybe make the news or whatever. You know, it's like a brand.
Or you could probably sue LL Bean.
Sue LL Bean.
Yeah.
Right? So like go with a name that people know. I got her the life vest that matches the kayak. It's a really bright colored kayak. I don't know. I feel like she's going to need a partner though. Like, and it's a single person kayak, but I feel like somebody's going to have to go. I think she has one friend who kayaks.
One friend? Is it a dude she's fucking, you think?
Yeah, he just rams his kayak into her.
Ooh. I like that your dad has no idea that they're divorced.
He's like, "Will make me dinner again." What the fuck?
That sounds great.
Wait, does she still do stuff like that? Like, do they share a bedroom still?
He sleeps in my sister's room. Like, she doesn't live there anymore, but she was the last one to move out, so she still has a room there. And then my mom sleeps in the master. In the master.
It's so funny.
On her like lazy boy. They're fine. They're working on the house. It's like it's a joke, but it's not, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been married for 41 years, and there are things about their marriage that my mother is just like, I can't believe I fucking dealt with it for so long. you know?
Yeah.
And like my dad just gets older and he might have Alzheimer's. I don't know. He's like losing it a little bit. Like,
Oh, so
Yeah.
he doesn't know that they're divorced at all.
no idea.
That's kind of suck to remind somebody that has Alzheimer's. Like if you get divorced, where you're like, don't you remember we went through this yesterday? We're not fucking together.
That's like that movie, The Notebook, but the opposite. Instead of
Right.
reminding about their marriage, you're just going there every day to be like, we're divorced.
Yeah, it's like 50 last dates.
Yeah.
Right. Where you're like, don't you remember you took a shit on the family floor and then I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Or you spent all of our family money. Now we have no retirement.
We broke up.
My mother got divorced also, thinking that my stepfather would stop drinking, but he didn't. So now he just lives in the basement
and just drinks.
Shut up.
I think he's just, I mean, I guess he also has cancer. So he was going on the bus every day to Brooklyn for work. So I think now he is quarantined, but like, that's a crazy life.
From the Bronx?
It's a really, he was taking the bus or
God.
the train every day. It's like an hour-and-a-half commute.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I would just drink more so I died faster.
Yeah. Speed it up.
They're like, no thanks.
What do you guys have planned for this evening?
Nothing.
Walk Zuzu.
Oh yeah, I have to walk Ernest. Ernest, want to go out? Come on, jump up here. Be cute. Come on.
Yeah, let me see Ernest.
There
Oh,
he
he's
is.
so good. Maybe we can end it with his dog boner.
Yeah. Do you want to get hard?
Oh, let me see.
I used to go walk this dog, and it always would have a lipstick boner when I'd show up.
Ernest doesn't have that. It doesn't stick out like that.
That's
It's
great.
so weird.
It's kind of gross.
I remember I told my friend that, and he's like, maybe he wants you to blow him.
He
So
might.
I was like, do you think that's what he wants?
I gotta say this. Even if he doesn't want it, I feel like once you start, he's gonna be into it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that's what I leave on the notes for the owners at my dog walker app, being like, your dog was really great. When I made him come, he was so happy.
And you should be like, I gave him a happy ending. You're gonna have to charge me more. You're gonna have to pay me more.
Like one time he came, one time I let him come inside me, so I'm gonna have his litter. And we're gonna make a lot of money.
Do you remember that crazy story? There was a comic that was dog walking and he decided to like start eating sandwiches at the person's place and making eggs for egg salad. And then like he got locked out and the eggs exploded on the ceiling.
No.
I haven't heard that, but I know Emma Willman told me one story that she would take naps in people's apartments that she was either house sitting or not house sitting, but like dog walking. And I've had other people do the same kind of thing, like they're house sitting and then invite people over for an NFL party that I'm just like, what are you doing? That is such insane behavior to me.
That's wild.
Yeah. It just makes me laugh. Like, you're just like, I just don't have that personality. Like, I'm just going to help myself to these people's belongings.
Well, I think it might have been Reggie. One of those comics did that where he just like took a bunch of cold cuts out, was making a sandwich, and then decided to make egg salad, and then walked the dog, I guess, and got locked out in the fire. Like it set off all the alarms, and like the firemen and everything had to come, and he didn't even get fired.
That's insane.
That's
That's
how great it is
amazing.
to be black right now, where you can do something like that, where a white person would clearly get fired, but like a black person, you can't do that. You gotta just be like, well, I accept that. That's cool behavior.
Yeah.
To set off the alarm and just have eggs on my ceiling. You're like, well, yeah, I'm cool with that. This seems right.
Yeah, we were responsible for slavery, so I'll let him slide.
I'll let some eggs slide.
I'll let him Tuesday slide.
Kerryn, do you want to promote anything?
Like what?
Your
Sorry.
ass.
Your Instagram.
Yeah.
Guys, follow Kerryn on Instagram.
Yeah, please follow me on Instagram. Trying to do stuff on there. I really do miss just regular good old fashioned stand up though.
Yeah.
Because
Is this stand gonna have problems, or do you think they'll go back?
I'm just hoping that they had some sort of game plan for like a rainy day like this. I mean, I don't know.
The problem is they opened relatively quick. they haven't been open that long. So I think it would be hard to have money saved up unless they had money from like years ago. I don't know, but it seems like they have a really high rent.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, if they're not making, and you're right, they did just start. And there were some like weekends and like months in there that they were like, crushing and like stuff was like selling out. And there was also a couple weekends that, there weren't, and weekdays.
Yeah, but that's normal. It's just, I think what's going to happen is a lot of these companies will get bailed out. And if that happens, they'll be okay.
Yeah, that's like my question though. Who decides who gets bailed out and who doesn't?
I don't know.
I know.
I think you have to send, oh, sorry.
I was just saying that with like everyone was like, Danny Myers did a Shake Shack where he paid the $10 million loan back from the government for a small business. They were like, oh, what a great guy. But it wasn't great. He fucked them over. He didn't need to take that money. And then once the government gets that money back, it's not like they put it back to other small businesses. So he just screwed up all these small businesses for the loan, for that small business loan that the government was giving out.
So he should just have kept the $10 million and then it helps some other small businesses.
Yeah, or given it to his employees that probably wouldn't on the lower end.
Right.
Yeah, because most people who are really poor, living check to check right now, are really fucked, especially because most people are not getting unemployment. Or they haven't gotten it yet. You can't get through to anybody. A lot of people still haven't gotten the stimulus. And $1,200 stimulus in New York City is basically nothing.
It's absolutely nothing.
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
What was when I did property management though, most buildings never did a pandemic insurance. Like Wimbledon did it, and they've been doing it for 30 years. So this year when they had to cancel, they made $143 million off of it.
Whoa.
Yeah, which was great because they were paying like several million a year. So it paid off from the 70s. But when I was doing property management, nobody did pandemic insurance. So I don't think a lot of businesses have a pandemic insurance.
Right, but I guess not to tank the whole economy. They're going to have to do something. Like if everything is closed, what will they do?
I have no idea. But if you're just going to print money with no gold backing, you're going to have a collapse soon. And that's what they're doing.
What about hedge funds? Because hedge funds kind of do stuff where if you don't make a certain amount of money off of stuff, like if you're a hot chocolate person, I guess distributor, and you have like a really mild winter, you might not sell as much. So I guess they have stuff like that, but I don't know if it would fall under pandemic stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know it's just like we're just fucked. That's really what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, rich people aren't fucked.
No.
Poor people are, yeah.
Rich people are benefiting. Rich people are crushing.
Because yeah.
They can't spend the way that they're used to spending. So they're either, I think, like saving money or fucking investing and making their savings grow even more.
Yeah, there's some stocks that you could invest in right now if you have the money, and you'll make a lot of money.
Isn't it crazy about, there are several senators that knew about this about a month before we did, that they were buying stocks the moment before we knew about it. So they
were selling their stocks, right? Dropping them.
I think that's crazy.
Yeah. It is crazy, but nothing's going to even happen to them.
No, unless you don't vote for them.
I mean, we'd have to have a civilization to even vote for people.
Well, the thing is, I can't even remember their names or what state they're from.
I have no idea who they are at all.
But it just like leaves.
Yeah, I have no idea who they are. Well, this was a lot of fun. Thank you, Kerryn, for doing this.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for not canceling.
Of course. We have nothing to do.
Nothing to do. Follow Kerryn Feehan on Instagram.
I feel like we learned a lot.
We did learn a lot. I like how you took your shirt off to flex your muscles.
I was hot.
Thank you.
I'm still shaving.
Thank you.
Well, you're still having sex, so that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm shaving like every 3 to 4 days. I'm not shaving every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not every day. Like I would get eczema. Sarah, do you ever look directly into your ring light and then you can't see for a minute?
A little bit. I try not to because you can see it in the pupils. And so it's obvious that I have a ring light.
Yeah.
I should get a ring light.
They're pretty great.
I just put mine together this is the first time I've ever used it for you guys.
Thank you.
Well, it's great.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you like your apartment. It's really nice.
Yeah, I think, if I had been living here for like 2 years and it happened, I might feel differently. But because it's still kind of new, it's still nice.
Yeah, and you get to be in the city. I've been wanting to get into the city because I want to check things out, but I don't know. I tried walking the bridge and it was so crowded the other day.
Yeah. It's
So
just kind of depressing. I mean, like I walk over to like Soho and stuff, and like some retail stores are still like they must be sneaking in there and changing their window like displays because it's like springtime clothes and summer clothes. But the other thing is, I'm not spending any money because there's nowhere to go. I'm not buying clothes.
That's true.
it's so crazy. I would be saving so much money if I was making money. Like I think I spend $70 a week. And
Yeah.
that's just on groceries.
Before I moved, I really fucking tightened my belt. It was just like food, that's it, and I just saved so much money, and it's so stupid how much money I spend on clothes and skincare.
Me too. Yeah. It is great. It's like if this could have happened where we were getting this money, but also the world wasn't shut down.
Well, we could just like figure out ways to make money from home, and then
if you guys could just put some money in our Venmo accounts, like sugar
Yeah,
daddies.
just surprise us. There's got to be some rich people listening to this podcast that want to help out some 3 white chicks.
Yeah.
I feel like we're not doing that great as white women. Or white women doing worse again? I feel like we are. You could just say it anyway. No one's going to check.
Yeah, I think white women are either ruining TikTok videos, not you, Sarah. Like,
thank you.
Like white women are like trying to do too much with the hip hop videos and then yelling and complaining and calling, and that's it. I don't know.
Does TikTok transfer over to other social media? Will those people follow you?
I don't know.
I'm not sure, but it when you go to the profile, it will. I did it because I wanted more people to come to my Instagram, but it does link up it gives your like link to Instagram right away.
That's cool.
That looks like an Instagram format. That's TikTok?
Yeah. But then, yeah, it has all this.
I'm doing it.
And it gives your website. It is very similar to it. But the video stuff is way better. Like we did green screens last night. And then they have really great beauty enhancements, so you don't have to put on a ton of makeup.
Oh, that's what I want.
Because that's so annoying to put on makeup for like a 1-minute video.
It's so annoying. I have like a huge zit that I picked like right here, and it's like I can't do anything unless I cover that zit.
You can't even see it. It just looks like blush. It adds some blush to your face.
I picked a crater in my face, and then I ate it.
It's like you pinched your cheeks.
That's a way to save money.
Little woman style. All right. I think it's time to we don't have anywhere to go, but
we're like,
we have to end it.
You're like, we have to go watch TV. I'm actually jonesing for some TV.
My dog has to take a shit though, for real.
This is the longest I've gone without looking at my phone, so I kind of need.
I'm looking at my phone, but I can't check anything on it because I'm on this on my phone. We're gonna be okay, guys.
We're gonna be great.
All right, Kerryn.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Kerryn. Bye, Sarah. Bye. Bye.